What's up, YouTube? It's iJoebruin, also known as Cook to my friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This video or series is gonna be my road to glory. No money spent for the year. It's pretty much the only account I play on. You're gonna see my journey through weekend league solos and everything in between.
And for the final time, welcome back to the channel. We got episode 123, the final episode, the last episode of our Madden 22 No Money Spent series. It's been a long year. We're going to go through some last minute updates on the account, a squad update, and then we'll end it off with some gameplay. But yeah, it's been a long year now. The No Money Spent hasn't gone to plan in terms of my upload schedule where I really wanted the series to go. I kind of lost track of it pretty much after episode 100, but it was the pillar of my channel as I started. I really learned how to make YouTube videos through No Money Spent, but let's not waste any time. Hop right into it. Hopping into the squad update, this is what I believe to be the best squad coins can buy. Looking at the offense, though, we're led by the main man. Really, I'd say the face of Madden 22 Ultimate Team, quarterback Derrick Henry. He got his golden ticket this week, and we picked him up for around, I want to say, 1.45 mil. The other squad, though, wide receivers wise, we're rocking Colin Johnson, Plaxico Burst, and Andre Johnson with that 1 AP route technician. At the running back spot, I have become accustomed to, I fell in love with the bow nose ability. And I'll get into how I like to use it in game, but I do use it on William Perry as long as a bunch of other abilities. Derrick Henry, by the way, I just run the very basic 3 combos of Fearless, Hot Rod Master, and Gunslinger. With William Perry, I have Bow Nose, I want to say Bulldozer, Jukebox, Leapfrog. I have a bunch of abilities on William Perry. And then the offensive line is just going to be 2 0 AP post-ups and 1 AP identifier. But that is the offense. What I look for in an offense is height when it comes to receivers. That's why I have Colin Johnson and Plaxico Burst. Quarterback-wise, you got to have Gen 3 or Slinger 1. Being that the Derrick Henry. My running back, I like a little bit, you know, junk in the trunk, be a little thick at the running back position, and that is going to be William Perry. Let's take a look at the defense, though. Moving over to the other side of the ball, you'll see the team captain, the longest-standing member of the No Money Spent organization, I believe to be, well, he would be the best cornerback in the game, but his duo, his partner in crime, Ed Too Tall Jones, I think is the best card in Ultimate Team. But it's Amani Oruwariye. His LTD still glitched on the Xbox market, but he's the team captain. I love him to death. Kind of rounding out the defense, of course, you're going to see the new Aaron Donald golden ticket, the new Dwight Freeney Ultimate Legend. Secondary rise, I'm rocking like Mike Evans, Ted Henderson golden ticket, Sean Taylor. And you'll see Cam Chancellor hiding at that cornerback 5, but I still use him to this day. Defensive line, I think right now, currently I'm using Dwight Freeney, Aaron Donald, and Tony Casillas, but I kind of like to change up my defensive line depending on like kind of the day, right? I like rocking Dave Robinson. Sometimes I do use Leroy Selman. Sometimes I use Bruce Smith, KGB. I have a lot of different players I could use to rush the passer, but that's what I'm currently using right now. Strategy itemized. Oh, I forgot to mention chemistry. I am using 25 out of 50 Packers. That is to get +1 speed on guys like Ted Hendricks, Dave Robinson, KGB, and Rasul Douglas. And of course, strategy items I'm still using is deep route specialist ×2, at least +2 speed. For my wide receivers defensively, I am using the leg 2B. I was the first person to hit 99 overall this year, all the way back in early or late January, and I think I'm using in the zone for +1 speed on my defensive backs. And before we hop into the gameplay, I am proud of this accomplishment. I had my best weekend league performance the week prior to this one. I finished all the way up at 23-2, good for 6 on the Xbox Next Gen ladder. And actually, if I would have won one more game, I would have gotten first. So would have been cool to kind of cap off the year. Getting first in weekend league, I think, is a feat. Right? I don't claim to be a professional player. I don't even claim to be a really good player. I'm just a market guy that happens to be a very competitive person, which leads me to a few weekend league wins. But we're going to hop into the gameplay. But I will say the lineup is not the lineup you just saw. It's basically a flashback to this previous Friday. I am still using Derrick Henry, but my wide receivers are a little bit different. I'm using Deion Sanders and Michael Pittman Jr. because of the new golden tickets, and I like to use them. Their debut weekend, I throw them in the lineup, so you're not going to see Colin Johnson, you're not going to see Plaxico Burst, but the rest of the team is going to be relatively the same, minus Dwight Freeney. But yeah, flashing back to Friday week, we're holding a record of 7-1-1 this weekend league. We weren't able to really, and I'll say it right now, we were not able to replicate our previous week's performance of 23-2. Our opponent for this matchup is going to be Emmanuel, a very good opponent that runs probably the 2 things I hate the most in Madden 22 in terms of the gameplay meta. He is going to have escape artist Michael Vick, although I will give respect to my opponent because he does not abuse it and exploit it to its maximum potential. He actually likes to stay in the pocket, and then if the play breaks down, then he uses escape artist with Michael Vick. I want to say he is using a 50 out of 50 Falcons team. You'll see Michael Vick, you'll see Drake London, you'll see Cordero Patterson, and then on the defense side of the ball, he is going to run 2-3-6 will, but mainly that 6-1, that pesky 6-1. But Emmanuel, our opponent, is going to drive down really in less than a minute. I think it was 3 or 4 plays, goes right down the field, running a little bit of some offset trips to the left with the running back also on the trip side. So really gave me some trouble, especially in the red zone, trying to figure out if I want to man up the running back or man up the slot receiver. But we have to come back now on offense, and you'll notice he was in that 2-3-6 will defense to start. Whenever I see 2-3-6 will, and this is why I love Bo Nose on William Perry. I don't necessarily love Bo Nose as running the ball, but it's more of a mental advantage. Once you get Bo Nose, I think it really puts your opponent in a situation, a pickle, we like to say. But we are going to catch ourselves in a 4th down and 3 very early on, and he switched to 6-1. I finally stopped no huddling. He goes to 6-1 on this 4th and 3, and I assumed he was going to send 6 or 7 people, but he only sends 4, and I only have 3 routes on the field, so it's what? I want to say 7 versus 4, and I just have no one open. He lurks me, but really, I was going to get sacked. I just threw it to through in case he messed up his user's timing on the interception. But he's able to pretty much get not a 4 and out, but, like an 8 now. And he gets the ball right back, and on the very next play, the momentum is all on his side. And not only does he catch the ball, I'm not able to get a knockout, but he also gets in the end zone. I pride myself on having very good red zone defense and goal line defense, really. You're going to see later in this game, it may or may not win me or lose me this game, but we have to come now back, and we're fighting. And unfortunately, or not unfortunately, fortunately, we do get ball at half, which is a huge advantage, of course. At Madden, you can really time it, kind of double up, get a score before half, and then double up when you get the ball out of halftime to kind of, get 2 straight possessions score. But we're down 14-0. We're driving. We get ourselves, though, in a 2nd and 12, step in the pocket, hit the backside dig. We've been running the same scheme. If you go back to episode 5 of our No Money Spent, we love the flood play, call the backside dig, and then we are going to use that Bo Nose. I do have Homer, so it is only 4 runs of 1 yard to get William Perry activated. And like I said, Bo Nose, while I like to use it more in the passing game once activated, it does really help in the red zone. I mean, you pretty much have to force your opponent to play for the Bo Nose in the red zone, because you're going to break that first tackle 95% of the time on contact. And we all know, everyone knows, if you play Madden 22, offense is super easy. But once you get inside the 10, the 15, the gaps, the open passing lanes really tighten up. But on defense, we are going to tighten up. Only down 7 now, 2-minute warning about to approach, but 3rd and 17, our opponent is going to hike the ball, and he's get the wheel route. He's got all of his players X factor, because he really hasn't had a negative play on offense before that sack, but we do catch him in a 4th and inches. And in Madden 22, I think it's really important to get your opponent in as many do-or-die snaps as possible, because you really learn what they like to run on these certain plays. But 4th and inches, we kind of drop a little more in coverage, and he kind of just sees nothing in front of him, no D-tackle, no spy, and just takes off from Michael Vick. Picks up the 1st down, but still only 1:31 left on the clock. In my eyes, defensively, I think he just wants the clock and really go to the half, either up, not really 7, but up either 10 or 14. But we do get some pressure finally, 1st and 10. We're able to make it 2nd down, and when I want to say 18, he's going to no huddle. We have switched when I do play escape artist. Players, I really have to get out of my dollar, because dollar is really bad at containing the quarterback. I have to solely run 3-3-5 wide for the entirety of the game in order to keep the quarterback in the pocket. But 3rd and 8, another play where, do or die, and Sean Taylor is finally going to make a play for me. It was really weird. I was running kind of a cover 6 there, and I had 2 inside quarters shaded over the top, but the receiver kind of got over the top of Sean Taylor and Mike Evans. But luckily for me, I do have Acrobat on my 2 middle safeties. Sean Taylor able to make the diving catch, almost like, Superman. But speaking of Superman, my kryptonite is 6-1. I think it is the most difficult defense, at least from my offensive perspective, to score on in Madden 22. So we're gonna find out really fast if we're gonna win this game or lose this game, because I am gonna start using William Perry out of the backfield. This is what I'm talking about with Bo Nose. It puts your opponent in a situation where they really can't send everyone, because I could put William Perry on a wheel route, and if he has a one-on-one out there, he's going to break the tackle 95% of the time. It's not a guarantee, but it's going to be a broken tackle most of the time. We hit Deion Sanders, though, on an out route in man coverage. Only 19 seconds left. I do have no timeout, so I'm really looking towards the sideline. This play coverage, or this play call, I'm looking really out route, corner route, but I see Andre Johnson gets 15 yards separation. I want to say that is on Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders known not to have good press on his cards. Andre Johnson with that route recognition for 1 AP is going to make him pay. Really a huge momentum shift out of half, because just like that, we're on a 14-0 run and we get ball. He's staying, though, in his 6-1, but I'm going to give him a little bit. I'm going to actually now use that bonus in the run game, a little spin from William Perry. And I'm really not going to stop there. 2nd down and 10, though. William Perry, Andre Johnson. Man, I love my team. I love kind of just the way I've structured around my check down, I would say, offense. But we're going to hit Michael Pittman Jr. on a backside dig, 1st and 10. A little bit of verticals. Again, he has to focus on William Perry. But again, out of the backfield, Bono is going to break 2 tackles, pick up the 1st down. We're going in a little bit more of a tight slots formation. And he's going to get pressure. I want to say he has 2 edge threat elites with, I don't know exactly who number 17 is, but I know he has Patrick Kersey, who I also do have at his kind of left outside linebacker position. But 2nd and 18, I'm stubborn. I'm like, all right, I just got to block him. I'll have enough time. We're really just going to go for that skinny post again with Andre Johnson, a drag route, and a deep backside in with Deion Sanders, blocking both my running back and my tight end. We're going to hike the ball. He's only going to send 4 or 5 this time. Step in the pocket. And I actually was looking towards Deion Sanders there, but I was already past the line of scrimmage, so I kind of just didn't take off. For the run, 3rd and 7, my favorite play, inside cross, high-low concept, and again, William Perry just lets the defense. I mean, Cordell Patterson got put on his back after that run and broken tackle, pass catch and broken tackle. But we go back to flood, and again, William Perry, more mentally, Bo knows, is going to force our opponent to run commit. He was expecting a run. We pass, flood concept, and well, just like that, a 21-0 run, but the momentum, it goes right out the window because he's just going to put a streak in the field, and I could actually rewind it. I mean, I had a cover 6 zone, 2 deep blue, shaded over the top, and yet still Drake London got like 3 or 4 yards separation, was able to really zap any momentum I had in the 3rd quarter. Life moves on, though, for the Tennessee Titans. 4th there, Ken. We're going to now really look to feed William Perry 3 minutes, or not 3 minutes ago, 1 minute to go in the 3rd quarter. I'm not really in the situation where I want to clock my opponent. I more so want to score fast and then play a whole possession of defense. So we're going to William Perry, not 1 run, not 2 run, by the way, making his man miss. Again, there is not a broken tackle. It's like a huge chance to have the first contact, broken tackle, but it is not guaranteed. But again, for the 3rd straight time, we are going to hand it off to William Perry. He started going in a bunch of different defenses this whole kind of drive. He was in 2-4-5 odd. 2-4-5 odd is one of the worst run defense. It's really good against pass. It might be the best defense against pass. But unlike Dollar, you can easily more shoot runs out of shotgun. 2-4-5 odd, you really can't. So we're going to run all the way down, and we're going to get in the end zone 28-21, but this is a big decision. 3:39 left. You can kind of see it in the menus. I'm deciding on either to kick it fully or go onside kick. Onside kick would almost guarantee me to get the ball left, but other than that deep bomb to Drake London for 75 yards, I feel like I've played a little bit more tougher defense. The drive before that, we got the interception with Sean Taylor. I was getting him more in, like, 4th and inches, 3rd and 8. 3rd and 7. I was getting him in a lot of situations that he didn't really feel comfortable in. So I felt like, hey, if I give him a drive from the 20 to the 20, let's give him a tough time. Let's not give him a free, 30 yard, free 50 yards, really it was, because he took the ball. I think he took a knee, really, at like the 15-yard line. So I'm going to make him work. And right out of the gate, he's going to run 3 straight times. And I'm going to get him in a 4th and 3. I'm going to man up the running back. But again, I dropped a lot of people in coverage on 4th downs. I probably should have sent some more pressure. It's just scary when you play escape artist, man, because you can send a bunch of pressure. And if your escape artists don't really, or if your contains don't really contain escape artists, you could be looking at a huge gain. So we're going to drop coverage, and he's going to be able to pick up the 1st down a little bit later in the drive, picking up dink and dunk. You can already see he is really looking to chew this clock. I didn't really know if he wanted to go for a 2-point conversion. I'm kind of hinting towards what happens, but I didn't know if he wanted to go for a 2-point conversion or take it to OT. But again, dink and dunk. And there's really only 15 seconds left when he completes this pass down. 12 seconds left. He's going to take his time out, 1st and 10. You kind of see my player. I'm going to man up the running back. Again, I'm not really setting pressure, but I'm not worried about the quarterback scrambling this kind of late into the red zone. And scrambles left, though. Nothing really open until the backside dig. I thought he kind of stepped out of bounds. I would have probably stayed more towards the middle of the field with my user, but here we go. Comes out of this 2-point conversion. I'm going to give you my full breakdown of what's going on with the play. I'm actually going to pause it on my screen to give you guys an understanding of what is the coverage on this play. So, my zone drops are all set to default, which is going to be match coverage. I'm in cover 2, 3-3-5 wide. My 2 outside corners are set in cloud flat. The hard flats are technically open on this play, but most people, when they're on the goal line, don't really look towards a hard flat as their first read. When someone comes in tight slots or in gun bunch, I'm expecting wheel routes. So what I do with my free safety and my strong safety, being Sean Taylor and Mike Evans, they both have mid-zone KO, acrobat, and pick arter. So they're going to play man coverage pretty well. I'm going to man up the tight end and the slot receiver, London and Kyle Pitts. Those are going to take away the wheel routes, but not really, because I'm also going to have yellow zones from Ted Hendricks and also my left outside line, or my left slot corner being Chris Westry. My only responsibility on this play, because I am assuming he's going to run a wheel route concept, is the running back. I am manned up basically on the running back. The other thing is, too, is I actually have put Ted Hendricks in a blitz the other guy in a purple to contain the quarterback. It's kind of the only way you can really contain escape artists, is guaranteed without them bugging out the system. And we are just going to clamp up, man. Nothing is open. The double wheel routes are taken away. My responsibility being the running back. And I'm not going to lie, I was very scared that he was just going to take off right at me with Michael Vick and use escape artist. And I was going to have to make a stick play, make an open field tackle on the 1 yard line safely. Or fortunately for me, he is going to end up throwing the ball to Cordero Patterson. And we end up dropping the pick because I was holding wide the entire time, getting ready for him to either throw it to the other. It was like there's 2 routes in the field. Finally ended up lurking him a little bit, and we are going to cap off. We had I mean, what? You think I was going to end No Money Spent with a loss? It kind of would have been a bad way to end the No Money Spent series, but, you know, that's going to be all for this gameplay. I will say right now, I'm recording this Saturday, or actually it's Sunday morning, going into the final day of Weekend League. We are, I'm going to say 14-6 with 6 games to go, or no, 14-5 with 6 games to go. Of course, with one DC, as you guys see on your screen, but that's going to be all for No Money Spent. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I really didn't. I'm a little bit disappointed in myself how this series kind of went after episode 100. I wanted to put more time into my No Money Spent, and it's going to be a huge deal with my channel in Madden 23. I'm going to put a lot more time into the storytelling and kind of more of like the squad building aspect of the year, Madden 23. So hopefully this series is a lot better more in terms of production and editing and all that. But that's going to be all for the No Money Spent series. No more updates from me the rest of this year because we really don't have much content. But that's all. Comment if you've enjoyed the series throughout the year. If you have any questions, like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new. And until next time, deuces.